That's a long.
Honourable Speaker, my question was on the national pending bills across the two institutions. Mr. Speaker, my concern is the interest that are accruing, especially with Kenya, because as the CS has put it, this is 87 billion pending bills and the interest is 4 billion. So, Mr. Speaker, my concern is that we have so many loans which are dilapidated. And if we are paying this interest, then, Mr. Speaker, this is the money which should be going to maintain such loans as the CS has put it. So, the issue is delayed funding from the exchequer. Mr. Speaker, because we are planning as a country and as a government, my issue was, why is the delay in exchequer release? Because some of these loans, most of them are funded through the exchequer, Mr. Speaker. So what plan maybe if, because the CS is saying it needs 150, 160 billion to carry out the pending bills. If he doesn't get them the next 1 year, does it mean that we are going again to 6 billion interest, Mr. Speaker? And the second one was about the maintenance of loans, Mr. Speaker. My issue is we have invested a lot in these loans. And once we fail to maintain, we are losing that investment, Mr. Speaker. Like where I come from, we have a very busy road called Chogoria Marimba Meru Road. This road was built by European Union to support the tea factories across that belt. But, Mr. Speaker, this road is never maintained. There are heaps of soils. Once it rains, there is a lot of soil which piles on that particular road, Mr. Speaker. And I've addressed it. And, Mr. Speaker, even though that we have no money for doing new roads and these other things, Honorable CS, when some of us lied to the ministry requesting for support, you know we have been around for some time, Mr. Speaker, and some of us have no vested interest on what happens when we make our requests. But I want to really request the ministry that even though we are not in the National Assembly, because we are representing people, when we make interventions through the ministry for particular roads, Mr. Speaker, you saw me working on potholes in Meru County because of the Meru-Nairobi Highway, because the road maintenance was poor. So when some of us lied to the ministry requesting for specific interventions, I want to request the ministry on record today that they shouldn't be listening to some of us. We are Hyundais, Inchurinchek Hyundais. And once I tell you something, as a CS, as a PS, you must know this thing is coming from the kingdom of Meru.
What is your question, Honorable Kithurte?
What I was saying is that the CS should try and maintain especially the national highways, Mr. Speaker, and then any interventions that we put across is that those interventions are not coming from me, but from the great people of Meru, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Unfortunately, the Honorable Senator is done. Proceed.